Hey YouTube, this is Kyle Villian for TeamSamuraiX1 coming at you with a first place OTS deck profile here at Skyfox Games in Oshawa. I am here with Josh Williams, and what did you play today?
I played Trickstar because it's the most budget out of all the meta decks.
And is that mainly why you just picked up the deck and, you know, just played it just cause?
Yep, I got some reincarnations for my diagrams when that deck wasn't relevant anymore, and we've just been playing that ever since.
Alrighty, without any further ado, let's get on with this first place deck profile.
Okay, so I'm going to do this in reverse order because the most interesting about this deck is actually 3 trap cards that I'm playing. So obviously the reincarnations are standard, and I'm main decking 3 Torrential Tribute, and they just solve a lot of problems that the deck has where you can't get over big monsters, and no one's playing around it in the current meta. There's so many people who are trying to advance their boards that they'll just keep committing their hands further into what they already have. And it's just so easy to blow people out because no one ever tries to play around it.
Right.
And then continuing on.
Let's
so
go.
the one-ofs, so 1 Regeki, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Dark Hole. Good cards.
Standard 2.
The 3rd Cosmic Cyclone is in the side. I'm playing 41 in the main deck. Then 2 Desires.
Awesome. Those are pretty much standard for this deck, I guess. And then the triple scapegoat for your bar load.
Triple scapegoat, standard. Triple terraforming,
that's
standard. Triple light stage. I decided to max out on all the hand traps. That's what this deck does best. I
mean, it's kind of given for this deck, so yeah.
I mean, the best part of this deck is not what the engine does, it's what all the other cards do. It's basically an anti-meta deck where you're just hoping that all the other cards are going to get you there.
Okay, cool.
And then Triple Eater is pretty standard, and then the 7 Trickstar monsters.
Yeah, so I gotta wonder, what's, like, I know I've been seeing a lot of Eater Millions, but why at 3? Because I know I see some at 2
Eater Millions is the best monster in the deck. It gets over things that are problems, whether they're just big. This deck has an inherent problem with anything that's 1900 or higher. Even 1800, where you have to crash a Candida, becomes sort of problematic. So it just gets rid of big cards, and it allows you to just extend more. Like this deck, unless you have a bunch of like Chorus in hand, is really only putting a couple monsters on board at a turn. So Eater of Millions just lets you extend that a little bit more outside of scapegoats.
So yeah, you heard that here, YouTube. Eater of Millions, best card at Trickstars. Rule number 1. Rule number 1.
Well, anyway. the best card is Reincarnation.
Well, yeah, that's well, I mean like monster. Sorry. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get on to the extra deck because you know I saw some interesting decks that you play.
The extra deck is not so much interesting text so much as there's none of the expensive like 4 cards. So there's Breaksword, which is probably one of the best Xyz, probably one of the best cards in the extra deck. I have the Utopia package, but that was just a space filler. And then I have targets for these are all targets for Scapegoat.
Yeah.
Which is pretty standard. Underclock Taker because it's good. Akashic again is another space filler type card.
Yeah.
Holy Angel's pretty standard. Ib and Ningrisu for the draw 1 combo, and Ningrisu gets around problem cards.
Pretty lit.
Decode Talker, and then Topologic is just another space filler. So this is like extra budget, so there's no Bore Load, Firewall, or Skull Dread, and if I had them, I would definitely play them all. Also,
I'm actually like interested in why you play the Topologic, because a lot of Trickstar players don't play that card.
It has 3000 attack.
Oh,
it just gets over stuff.
It's just to get over like masterpiece or stuff like that.
Yep, anything that's big, and you can like nuke the field pretty easily too, because you can just use Reincarnation to summon back something from the grave and just blow up the field after you resolve your scapegoats. Okay,
cool. Let's get on to the side decks. All right, we just went through the extra deck, so let's go on the side.
Yeah. Necro Valley is like the most clutch MVP card. I didn't play a lot of matchups that it was relevant in today, but I played it in the Montreal Regionals last week, and it single-handedly won me so many games against like 60 card decks, and there's just so many people that are like doing stuff that require like graveyard manipulation. And then 2 Gamma Seal to get rid of problem cards. 3 Dimensional Barrier shuts down pendulums. 2 Anti-Spell shuts down pendulums. Warning is also good against pendulums and True Draco matchup.
Yeah.
And then Unending Nightmare, also good against pendulums and True Draco. The 3rd Cosmic Cyclone.
Yeah.
I only own 1 evenly matched. Story of the rest of the deck. So we're playing 1 evenly matched.
Yeah.
And there's 1 Chaos Hunter.
So basically, your deck is meant to spell hate for Pendulum Magicians and 60 card decks. Initially,
yeah,
right?
I think those are like the 2 worst matchups for this deck, just because they can put monsters really easily on the board that are bigger than 1800. And they also just end up like committing everything to the field, so it's really easy to like blow those decks out with trap cards. Like TT against either of those decks is very deadly.
All right, awesome. And you said you played us at Montreal. So how well did you do there?
At Montreal, I did pretty terrible. I had opponents who thought I was playing a stun deck because all they saw was TTs and hand traps. And I think I played 2 matches without drawing any Trickstar cards, which were pretty terrible. I'm actually probably going to drop this deck after this tournament.
Really?
Yeah.
But you won with this deck. Maybe you should still play it. I don't know. It's up to you, man.
I mean, just because you get lucky once doesn't mean that like the deck has like obvious consistency issues. And with the fact that there's more and more people playing Pendulum, it's just easier to switch to something that has a better matchup against them.
Right, well, Josh, congratulations for winning. Thank you so much for this deck profile. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to TeamSamuraiX1 here. And without any further ado, this is Kyle, peacing out.
I feel like Usain in the cheetah print. Talk fresh game, I don't need a minute. R.I.P. the game, I need a minute. Okay, let's proceed with it. I'm in the house, got the deed with it. These bozos always sneak this and they taking shots. I'm a king with it, like no, this league business.